What's your preferred way of being assessed in university and why?
See, I quite like coursework. A lot of my subject is very coursework based. And I like that in particular because you can go away, you can take it away and you have the time to perfect it, basically. So you're not given you're not sat down in a room and told you have to write a perfect essay in 2 hours. You're given weeks to do research and to talk to people, and then to just be able to sit down. You can make a rough copy and then you can improve it. You can get your friends or family to just give it a read through just to make sure it all makes sense and looks reasonably okay. For assessments that need to be more short term, so like the ones where you do have to sit in a hall, I think it's important to do it how it started to be done during COVID, which is when you were given the question, then you were given 2 days to finish the question, because that represents more what real life is like. So in real life, you're not given a question and then sat down in a room where all the walls are blank and you can't look up anything. Like, everybody has Google right at their fingertips now. So to be able to tell people oh, you can have this question and you can go away and you can actually do the question in your own time, do some, if you're stuck at one point, you can ask somebody or you can look it up, you can get a book out. I think that's important because that represents real life more than not being able to do any of that kind of stuff. Because if you're sat in an office and you have a question, you can ask one of your colleagues the question. You can look up the question. And if we want to teach students about what the real world is going to be like, that's what the real world's going to be like. Yes, you will have a deadline, but you won't just be on your own in it. There's other facilities there to assist you.
So a few things that are like MCQs, which are multiple choice exams. Partly from the MCQ point of view, even though it is multiple choice, and that often might not seem very indicative of proper essay writing graph, there's a lot of research behind it, and therefore I'm using, the ones that I've had at least have been open book, have been online, and it seems more reflective of how you would work in sort of the real world. It's very rare that you would be expected to just know something off the top of your head. For me, as somebody that struggles to write for extended amounts of time, I find them quite a rewarding way of quickly getting through an assessment that's not going to mentally drain myself. Although I would say that there has been times with multiple choice exams where my module coordinators haven't been as sort of willing to give me extra time, even though the circumstances were that you only had one shot at it. I feel like when you only get one shot at it and you've got a limited amount of time on it and you can't repeat it, it's the same as a normal exam. And if I'm having a bad day, I'm going to have a bad day regardless of whether I'm just clicking a button or whether I'm writing. So therefore, I feel like the need for lack of judgment in assessments, and while it might not seem feasible to your able-bodied module coordinator that's an expert in the subject that you're doing your exam for, it's really important to just let students find their own way.
When you've made a mistake or gotten a lower than expected grade in an assessment, do you know afterwards where you went wrong and how to improve?
I've had some terrible marks back, and something that I know my course tutors do, that when they release marks, I think this might be a university standard thing, but staff never release marks if they're going to be away the next couple of days. So they always make sure they're online for talks, or if you need to speak to someone, if you need to just email someone, they're great with that.
I think I'd try emailing the lecturer, but we've had quite a few situations, especially when we do online tests, where they tend not to give us the answers, which is really, really frustrating, because how do you tell what you've done wrong if you don't have the answers? But they say they have reasons for this, which, whatever, that's fine. But they don't give us enough information on how we can improve. It's just kind of, you've done it, it's done and dusted. But that's why I do prefer when we get given essays, because they give us detailed feedback on exactly what we could have improved on. And they use the rubric as well, and that's always a lot easier.